So today I thought I would create a trellis or pole for my ivy to climb up. So this is my ivy plant. Basically there's a lot of empty space here. So I think I'm gonna insert a trellis here for it to climb up and kind of just train it upward to be like that. So we'll see how that goes. The supplies I have today are, it's this really long bamboo stick. I got it a pack of 6 at Home Depot. I think it was like $4. I have wire cutters to actually cut the bamboo. I'm going to try this first. If not, I have a handsaw. And then I have floral wire, so that green wire that people use for like floral decorations and things like that. Then I have needle nose pliers with the teeth. And then I just have my pruners and my chopstick because I always have them just in case. Yeah, so let's get started. So I'm just going to take this stick and I'm going to just calculate. So I'm going to stick this in the dirt. Okay, it's in the bottom there. And I think I'm going to have it come up to about here. So that has some extra room to keep going up. And I'm going to put three of these bamboo stakes in here right next to each other. And you'll see. So just to make things simple, I'm going to cut this in 2-foot increments. So right here, it's actually at this bamboo node. So I'm going to cut it there. That worked. Sweet. So it looks like, okay, so this is almost exactly 6 feet. So I'm actually gonna have the center one longer, and I'm just gonna have the 2 on the side slightly shorter, since this is not fully 6 feet. Alright. Look at that. Perfect. And now I'm going to just take the garden wire, or floral wire, and I'm going to use this to kind of weave these 3 together. I'm going to start on the bottom, or near the bottom. So if the pot is about 6 inches deep, I'm going to start it here, so about halfway. So I'm going to take that left pole, kind of twist the wire around it, and I'm going to do it same thing. So I'm going to just wrap it around the middle wire, okay, and then do it again onto the last wire. Really sorry if it's hard to see. And then with this extra, since I have extra wire, I'm actually just gonna go back to the beginning. So I'm kind of repeating what I just did. So wrapping the wire, and then I'm gonna go to that first one and wrap it again. And then I'm just going to cut off that last inch or so of wire. Okay, I'm going to make a twist. Alright, so you can see here that I twisted this, and this is untwisted. So I'm going to do the same thing by just turning this So I'm going to do it again. Ready? I'm going to do it one more time right here. So this is my bottom, and I'm going to just do it about 6 inches up on the thing to give it more, just make it more sturdy. The only thing is that I won't be able to twist it like I just did because it won't be able to move. So it's going to be a less elaborate wrapping. So that's about maybe a foot of wire I'm taking. And I'm just going to do this once around. And then I'm going to go back through the middle one. And I'm going to use this last like little inch of tail to actually wrap this around. This is when I take my pliers. I'm going to wrap this around the 2 wires. So just make sure it doesn't unwind. It's not the prettiest thing, but I figure it's going to be covered in English ivy, so it's not too important. Now I'm just pinching these together. I think I'm actually going to just for the sake of making it a little more finished, I'm going to take like 6 inches of wire. Okay, and I'm just going to wrap this around, kind of. Okay, so I'm just taking the wire, 6 inches of wire, and wrapping it around the 2 pieces of wire here, just to kind of keep them together and to make it more sturdy. So this is what it looks like. So this is the bottom. There we go. Alright, so here's the ivy. I knew I would need my chopstick. So I'm going to pre-make the holes for the trellis. Just estimate them. Stick that in. Okay. And now all I have to do is wrap this ivy around the trellis. And I'm just gonna, instead of clipping it or anything, I'm gonna kind of do what it maybe would naturally do. So I'm just wrapping some of the vines around as if it had done it itself, hopefully. So I'm just going to use a bunch of these to attach the rest of the vines, or some of them. Okay, so here's the final. I think it looks pretty cute. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I think I prefer this than when it was just hanging. And I think it might be happy to climb this trellis. So I hear. Alright, so I ended up doing the same thing to my Scindapsus pictus. Scindapsus pictus, which, by the way, is one of my favorite plants. I just felt like the leaves were really small. So I've heard that any vining plant, once it's allowed to climb, the leaves tend to get bigger. So I'm hoping that by giving this something to climb, that these little tiny leaves will eventually grow. But it looks pretty cute. And there's the ivy next to it. So I only put 2 stakes in this one, 'cause it's a smaller plant. And this one has 3. But I think they look good. Alright, so that's it for today. Let me know what you thought of the video. If it was helpful, let me know what other ways you have allowed your vining plants to climb. There are things like moss poles and trellises, like metal ones, or maybe you just stick it by a wall and let it climb up the wall. So let me know what you do with your vining plants and what your favorite vining plant is. And I'll see you next time. Bye!